This is Gigi Scallon with Renegade Roller Girls of Tucson and the Scenes of the Underground for Tucson, Arizona. And as you know, this is Joe Queer from the Queer. Welcome to the show.
No,
we love you! If I can take off underwear, I would.
So we just had the show with the Queers, the Dwarfs, the Masked Intruders. So Joe, how many shows are you doing with these guys?
9.
9 shows.
9.
And
good.
this is number...
This is number 6.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going just like this every night.
Yeah.
It's fucking pretty wild, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty fun touring with the Dwarfs. They're always interesting. Adam Age are great. And Masked Intruders really doing well, too. We really like those guys.
Yeah, they're
awesome. So it's been a fucking pretty awesome tour. It's always fun with the Dwarfs anyway, because you never know what the hell is going to happen.
That's
There's
right.
always something happening.
Is this your first tour with them?
No, we've gone out with them last year. We do these little like 9 or 10 show runs with them. We've done a couple of them already, so we're friends with them for a long time. So
do you have any fun stories to tell about those?
Nothing I can relate, because
Gotcha.
I'll get in trouble with my wife, and with Black will get in trouble with his girlfriend, and so I'm terribly sorry. So my stories don't get any further along than the fucking
Just
sushi I had at some
and...
fucking restaurant. I try to keep it mild.
Okay.
Otherwise, I won't have a wife or a place to live.
So I heard you on stage saying you hit 20 years.
Our love songs, yeah.
I've heard your music go a lot of different ways. How has it transitioned over the years from punk rock girls to what it is now?
Yeah, I mean, we've been lucky. I was telling my friend Chris I was just talking to, was like my old roommate, like years ago, we used to go to the Rat in Boston and see like all the bands there and shit. So it's, same. I grew up on the Ramones, Black Flag, the DKs, Dickies, and all that shit. So it's really just, we just write the songs and, it's been great. The Ramonesy thing is like where, we stay based in that, and the Beach Boys type thing. So, we kind of have gotten a little more proficient on our instruments, but the music's about the same, So it's been pretty good. Like, I've been doing this now for 20 years, and I owned a restaurant. We did one tour with Screeching Weasel, one with Rancid, and then I was like, Dad, I'm selling the fucking restaurant. And I always thought I'd get another one, and it's 20 years later, and here I am, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm going for it, man. This is great. You can't put a price tag on, like, getting to tour around and, like, meet people, you know what I mean? And fucking, I have friends from Tokyo to Boise to fucking Sao Paulo, Brazil, and you know what I mean? And Porto Alegre, Brazil, and you can't put a price tag on that. That's where I find value in this, like, just the little fucking, things I've been blessed with, all the friends and the people I've met, and places I got to see. So it's really amazing, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's been a fucking, really a joy, when you first start playing, it's like, oh fuck, this is great, there's a party every time we play, and then like, oh, I fucked that chick, or I did these drugs, and then it kind of evolves past that, and all of a sudden you're like, your best friends are like around the world, and you love to see them, and kids will come up and like, oh dude, your album got me through high school or something, it's been pretty fucking cool, so I dig it, look at the crowd tonight, this is fucking amazing, I love it,
So to follow up that question though, no matter where in the world you are, is there a pre-ritual to the shows that you have, where you do something the same every time you play a show beforehand, or is it just based on the night, or how does that go?
Oh no, usually by the night though, yeah, I mean, we're kind of old ladies now, so before we'd be looking for some blow and whiskey or something like that, and now it's like, did you see the guy, right before I played, the guy from Starbucks said, I'll be there before you start playing, so he gave me my triple espresso. We're like old ladies now. The thing is, when you've done it this long, it's hard to keep doing, drinking and, basically people who have been playing this long, like me and Black and, the Dwarfs, you can't stay fucked up. You can't do it, you gotta do one or the other. Because we play so much, I mean, it was really cool when we were younger, and there was a novelty to go on a Tuesday and you'd be playing Mankato, Minnesota, and it was a party, and we're like, this is great, But it was just, you gotta you can play music and you can party, so we had to kind of learn to do both, So I have way more fun sober than I ever did fucked up. quite frankly. You know what I mean? Quite frankly, I did gin and tonics with a bridge club. It wasn't even funny. Or sitting in the bar watching the ball game. It was like, forget it. We were way past that. So I didn't miss it. You know, it's like whatever. It's like we're able to do this thing. Like I knew Joey Ramone fairly well, and he's like, you know, if you get to do this stuff, no matter at our level or the Ramones or whatever, or bigger, if you don't learn by the journey, you know, and you're a bigger jerk after you get to do this, you know what I mean? Then you might as well go work at Taco Bell because you're a fucking asshole. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not gonna play music if I'm gonna be a bigger dildo than I was before. You know, I'm gonna learn by this fucking thing and be a better person, you know? Yet I see a lot of these dildos from fucking you know, these small little punk bands who act all arrogant and they think they're fucking so cool and they're all happy with themselves. And it's like, I knew the Ramones who changed not only music but the world. And they were, all of them, the nicest guys. Joey, Marky I played with, Richie Ramone's playing with us Sunday, he's got a new band. They were all the nicest guys, just talking like this, and it really was a lesson for me.
Kind of guys, they didn't try to be cool or anything.
Yeah, it was like, with Joey, it was all about the next great song. He never fucking was like, oh, I fucked this chick, or oh, dude, I got so fucked up. Or, you know what I mean? It was just like, you know, hey, David Bowie called me yesterday. It was a fan, you know, and like he was into writing another great song. It was so refreshing. And then I meet these fucking dildos from these stupid bands from the West Coast, and they're like fucking walking around these little shows and acting like they're fucking rock stars, and it's like, dude, we don't even know what the fuck you're doing, bro. You know, it's like fucking, drop the act, you know. That ain't where it's at in this business. It's not what it's about, like how fucking cool you are.
So I have about 3 more questions.
Sure.
I noticed you're part of this punk rock scene, and you're a clean-cut kind of guy. The rest of the band kind of what made you not want to get into that kind of thing or want to change and just be yourself?
I don't know. I don't really change. This is how I am when I'm at home, so I don't really change. It's just like always the same. It seemed to me like a little too much dressing up, you know, for the guys. Like we're talking about Social D and all those guys into that, and we're like, they take more time to fucking fix themselves up than the girls.
The pomp.
And it's just like, I don't have enough energy to fucking like do that, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, one record that really influenced us way back when was Black Flag TV Party, where they're sitting around watching a TV party and fucking they're dressed up in the clothes they graduated high school in like 3 years before. That was us. It really struck a chord in us, and so that's like, we haven't really changed, you know. I mean, fucking, it's just, this is how we are. It's like, the Ramones were the same way. Joey, when he went out to get coffee, was dressed up with the same clothes he had on stage, and that's kind of how we are. I usually wear my jeans, but it's too hot tonight. That's as cool as we get. But I think like being like anti, you know, no tattoos and fucking, it's almost so far out it's in, you know what I mean? So that's kind of like, we don't, and the other thing is we don't really think about it. We're just like, Chris, he can look really super cool as I, you know, with a bug shirt. Yeah, but it's, it's pretty funny, man, you know. Chris and I have been friends since fucking 18 years, you know, so it's pretty cool.
Now, not to get you in trouble, I have a question, since you said you knew my wife. Who is punk rock girl?
Ladies and gentlemen, all rise.
Joseph Queer. This is the man. He discovered Gigi Allen.
That's true.
He writes the best fucking punk tunes of anybody. Fuck you, Joe Queer.
I want to be just like him when I grow up.
Do it.
Did you really discover Gigi Allen?
No, I played with him back in the day.
Yes,
that
you did.
Chris that was here, we played with Gigi. We had little bands, and Gigi was from New Hampshire. I'm from there. Yeah, Gigi. I got a song on our new last album called I Knew Gigi When He Was a Wimp, and it's a true song, true story.
Was he in drag and stuff?
Hell no, when I first met Gigi, he had a button-down shirt like that. He had his wife Sandy. They lived in like a yuppie fucking apartment. And he had a button-down shirt, and like his wife Sandy was really cute. We went up there, and my buddy Don, he died. Gigi was terrified of him. Don was like, hey Gigi, what's that fucking bottle there? And Gigi was like, we're sitting around his living room. He's like, oh, it's whiskey. And Don's like, can I have some? So he drinks that down, gets shit-faced, and passes out at Gigi's. That was the first time we met him. But I've got other Gigi stories too. He was always pretty cool, Gigi. You know, he was really into the Ramones and really into good music.
Was he nice?
the Rolling Stones and monkeys and turtles and all that stuff. We were all into that stuff, you know. Like on that first album of his, he had the Brian Jones button on. Yeah, he was really fucking. He was into good music. He was a good guy.
Into a lot of outlaw country and stuff like that too, I think.
Yeah.
Anyways, punk rock girl. Is that written about someone specific? You don't have to say.
No, not really. I was just kind of like.
Just hot chicks with mohawks.
Well, yeah, it was just kind of like, I don't know where that came from. Someone said punk rock girl. Anyway, so I was just doing that kind of Beach Boysy type thing on that Don't Back Down album. So I was like, oh, well, fuck it, let's do this song. So that one wasn't about anybody. A lot of the songs like Ursula, that's about someone. Janelle, it's about someone. So you never know. What we do is like, I'll sit around and I'll come up with, someone will say something, I'll come up with a song title and then write it down, and then we're just like, oh fuck, here's a song title, we better write this song. So for that, there was nobody in particular. So that was a general song about the beauties, punk rock beauties.
So you played with the Jabbers too, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that DVD.
Yeah, I introduced Mike O'Donnell, who played with the Jabbers, to Gigi, the drummer, Mike. Yeah, I'm not in touch with those guys really anymore, but yeah, they're pretty good. Gigi was an awful nice guy. But you're going way back, man. I remember Gigi seeing the Ramones in Manchester, New Hampshire at some bowling alley like around 78 or something, dude. And Gigi was there in a fucking like mini skirt, fucking high heels with fishnet stockings, and red lipstick. And I'm gonna tell you something. That took some balls in Manchester, New Hampshire back in 78. I'm gonna tell you that much, man. Gigi didn't give a fuck. He'd go right to the fucking 7-Eleven. He didn't give a fuck. That took some balls. But that show was so small that it was almost like a meet and greet. And so after the show, the Ramones were just hanging around. It was only like 250 people. It was awesome. You know, Johnny was showing me his guitars, and I brought my Mosrite guitar in, and Johnny was it was great. We were all just hanging out. Like, the Ramones was super cool. It was so fun. Gigi was there. Yeah, we had a good time. We had a good time way back then.
So do you have any new records or anything coming out that we should look for?
We've got some reissues coming out of a couple old albums we're re-recording because we weren't happy with the label they were on. We're on the Valley of the Asphalt, that's going to come out later this year. That's our next thing, and then we've got more, I'm doing a solo album, and then we've got more shit going on, and I can't even keep up with it. It's like, the great thing about music is like, I'm already into next year, you know, it's like there's all sorts of shit around the next bend of the river, and I got that project. It's been amazing. My whole life has been like that for 20 years. Like, I'm always looking, like, oh, I've got that to do, and I got that to do, and I'm psyched about it. I got a book coming out, like, hopefully next year. And it's like been amazing. I love this shit. So we're fucking still doing all sorts of shit.
Where can we go to look for this kind of stuff?
AsianManRecords.com. Asian Man's.
Do you know Andrew Jackson Jihan?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good friends of mine.
Yeah, they're great guys. They
I knew them
toured with
since
them.
they had their 3-song demo back in the day.
Bomb the music industry.
They got my ass on an album of theirs.
Yeah, they're good guys. Some of them, we toured with them, man. They're pretty good guys. It's funny because they grew up on like punk, all the punk, but they're kind of acoustic. Some of the song titles, that one song they're singing about their cat or something, that's okay, but they were good guys, really nice guys. It's pretty cool. That's a good scene, really. Bomb and The Wild, they're an Asian man, and I worked with those guys. And Jeff from Bond, the music industry, and me worked with that band, The Wild. And so it was pretty cool. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I have to meet that guy.
We gotta go.
Okay, thank you.
San Diego. What time is it? Anybody know?
I don't know.
Well, thank you. Joe
Almost
Queer,
one.
Thank you.
Scenes of the Underground. Wrapping it up. Thank you, dude.
Thank you, Tucson
Nice
people.
to meet you.
Hey, esteem you most highly.
Nice to meet you, man.
All right, you guys, great to be back here. This is our 20-year anniversary of the Love Songs for the Retarded album. So we're gonna play a bunch of that shit, motherfucker. You're tripping! This ain't nothing but
Bye.